Hey everyone, back at you here with a really quick video. I was just thinking yesterday, it's almost like I'm having a flashback back to the 80s. Um, it reminds me so much of Ronald Reagan's presidency. I remember that during the entire time that Reagan was running for office, the vicious attacks, non-stop attacks. And once he won the election, those attacks never stopped. The man served 2 terms. I believe he won 47 or 48 states the first time. I'm pretty sure he won 48 states the second time to be reelected. But despite the fact that he brought back jobs, the mood in the country went from being quite negative and pessimistic to very positive and optimistic. He really changed the way it felt to be an American, and he did a pretty darn good job. He really did. Reagan made mistakes, as they all do, but he did a really good job. And even if you were a Democrat, you had to admit that, and we know that because he got lots and lots of Democratic votes. But the media just literally never stopped with Reagan for the entire 8 years that he was president. It never stopped. And I believe that that's exactly what we're living through again. So for those of you who are not old enough or weren't old enough to remember the Reagan years, prepare yourself. Because if you think that what we're seeing now, the vicious attacks on Donald Trump by the media, if you think that that's all going to stop once he takes the oath of office, you haven't seen anything yet. Believe me, it's going to get worse. Everything he says, everything he does. Donald Trump literally could walk out of Trump Towers, open up his wallet, and start passing out $100 bills to poor people on the streets. And he would be accused of trying to buy votes. So there is nothing he's going to say or do that he's ever going to get any credit for. You are going to have your mind blown at the way that things will be spun. He could triple the growth of the economy. They will find a way to make it a negative. No matter what he does, it will be turned into a negative. It's going to be quite the spectacle for many of you to see who haven't experienced this before. And especially with Trump, because I believe he's probably even more hated than Reagan was. And Reagan had a pretty good sense of humor with the liberal media. I mean, he toyed with them, but he was a more mild-mannered person. Trump's not. Trump gets after you. So it's going to be very, very adversarial. It's going to be very ugly, and it's going to continue up to the last minute of his presidency. It's never going to stop. So buckle yourself in and prepare yourself for that, because that is what is coming. Something else to keep in note, though. Back when Reagan was president, there was no internet. It was even before talk radio. It was even before Rush Limbaugh. I think Rush Limbaugh came out in '89. Not that I'm a Limbaugh fan, but he was the first really loud voice on the right, so-called right, to challenge the leftist media. When Reagan was president, you had ABC, NBC, CBS, and PBS. That is what you had. And you had, of course, the New York Times, Washington Post, Chicago Tribune, and the various papers. And they all hated Reagan to a man. There was no love for Reagan whatsoever. He also had a Democratic Congress for his entire 8 years. And his incredible battles with Tip O'Neill and all those Democrats, Tom Foley. It was quite the spectacle. But Reagan, I mean, the fact that he was able to be as successful as he was, considering that he had no help. At least Trump does have a lot in the independent media and that type of thing. So Trump does have some support. Where Reagan, I mean, he was out there alone, literally. I mean, it was tough to watch. And you know, it wasn't just in the U.S. either, because I was in Germany for all of 1984 and for 10 months of '85. I came back here, I think, in October '85. And even in Europe, Reagan was trashed every day in the papers. So it's it's to be expected. But at least ways, again, with Trump, you can expect that this is going to get worse. It's going to continue. It's never going to stop. But at least ways, despite the censorship efforts and things that are happening right now, despite all that, we at least have some ability to have his back, and hopefully we will do that. And I know that we will, as long as Trump does what he says he would do. I think we'll all be there for him, and when he slips up, I think we'll let him know about that too, which is what you have to do with any politician. So, and he is now a politician. Welcome to the club, Donald. So anyway, I just wanted to get that thought out there for those of you who were not old enough to remember the 80s, and for those of you who think that once Trump takes the oath of office that this is all going to die down. No, 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 no. Once Trump takes the oath of office, they're going to ramp it up even more, and it will not stop until the day the man leaves office, even if that is 8 years from now. So buckle yourself in and prepare for quite the wild ride. Okay, y'all take care. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Of course, I always love it when you comment. Leave comments in the comments section. If you can recall anything from the 80s era, if you're old enough that you want to put in the comments section, I'd love it if you'd kind of reset my memory on some of that stuff, because there was some crazy stuff that went on. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you like my little op-eds, online op-eds. Alrighty, folks, take care and enjoy your day.